boys, welcome to the show. Let's kick off with the story that's on the front page of a lot of the papers tomorrow, but the Courier Mail have got it on their front page, and the headline is ScoMo's Dry Deal. Now, this has been embargoed until about now. We'll have a package on this very, very shortly. Farmers will be offered a $1 billion buy now, pay later plan to feed their starving cattle, plus be encouraged to rapidly restock under a regional stimulus package that also resuscitates struggling Queensland businesses and towns. Prime Minister Scott Morrison will today unveil a new 5-pronged drought program that will be further bolstered if the drought does not break by early next year. Now, it's a new lifeline, and it's being offered to farmers struggling through the crippling drought, with the government poised to announce at least $300 million in additional funding. In a show of unity, the Prime Minister will stand with senior nationals to unveil the stimulus package in Canberra. Here's what it said.
Heading into a critical cabinet meeting in Sydney to sign off on a new economic stimulus package.
Tackling this drought as the drought continues.
It will include an extra $178 million through the Drought Communities program, $200 million redirected to a special drought round of the Building Better Regions Fund, and another $138 million to double funding through the Roads to Recovery program.
We're going to cut the cheque. We're going to cut the cheque and we're going to get the money out.
The full package of measures will be unveiled by the Prime Minister, who will be flanked by senior nationals at a press conference on Thursday, a deliberate display of unity amid concerns from the junior coalition partner that they're being sidelined in an area of policy priority. And while the package will be welcomed internally, the government's opponents have already branded it a failure. Shadow Agriculture Minister Joel Fitzgibbon tweeting the government must restore farm household allowance payments for 600 families, release the Drought Coordinator's report and devise a national drought strategy. There are murmurs the responsibility for drought policy could be shifted to the Department of Prime Minister and Cabinet, with David Littleproud confirming all options are on the table to improve the whole of government response, but insisting the Nationals will retain control of the portfolio.
I'm the Minister responsible for drought.
While the Minister stakes his claim, Pauline Hanson is happily sharing the limelight with her new political partner, Bob Katter, also striking up an unlikely alliance with Labor to bring on debate on a politically sensitive dairy bill in the Senate on Monday.
I've spoken to Albanese. He said yes, Labor will support the dairying industry. So now it's up to the National Party and the Libs to come on board with this.
It will force National senators to decide whether to cross the floor to support Senator Hanson's push for a regulated minimum price for milk.
If we were to re-regulate, that would affect our trading position.
Or stand by their government's own legislation. Eliza Edwards, Sky News, Canberra.
Oliver Peterson over there in Perth, this is a big, big deal. We've already seen some talkback radio sort of feedback suggesting that maybe it hasn't gone far enough. But I've got to say, Ollie, you know, we called out the Prime Minister on this a few weeks ago, and, you know, to his word, he has responded. And I think that, you know, the devil will be in the detail, but this looks very promising from the top.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of naysayers here, Glee, so that will just say, as you've mentioned, this is not enough, but it had to happen, and it probably should have happened a few weeks ago, but this is a start, and obviously it is a crippling issue for every single farming family that is affected by the drought, and politically it is having massive blowback to the government at the moment. Obviously, Pauline Hanson, Bob Katter and the Labor Party seeing there are a few political points to be made while the government is set to make this announcement tomorrow. So a $1 billion stimulus package, what is it, buy now, pay later, that will have to come as welcome relief for farmers, and let's hope that this is just the start of more assistance that will be heading the way of our drought-affected farmers, Gleeso.